There is a specific kind of silence that exists only for those who don't follow the game. It's the silence of being in a room where everyone is speaking a language you haven't learned. You watch the sudden eruption of joy, the crushing weight of a loss, and the heated debates over statistics, and you feel like a traveler witnessing a religious ritual you weren't invited to. You aren't trying to be different or superior. You simply lack the receptor for this specific frequency. To you, it's not a tragedy or a triumph. It's just a ball, a field, and a clock. Humans are biologically hardwired for tribalism. For thousands of years, our survival depended on us versus them. Sports are the modern, safe proxy for this ancient warfare. When a fan watches their team, their brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and testosterone, as if they were the ones on the field. For you, however, the prefrontal cortex, the analytical center of the brain, remains the dominant driver. You look for why and to what end. When the answer is to move an object from one side to the other, the dopamine loop fails to close. You aren't broken. Your brain simply requires a different kind of skin in the game. The sports outsider is rarely unpassionate. In fact, they are often deeply obsessed with other things. But while the fan finds catharsis in an external spectacle, something happening to them, you likely find it in internal agency. You find your thrill in the quiet progress of a personal project, the resolution of a complex thought, or the mastery of a skill. You prefer stakes that you can influence. For you, watching a stadium of strangers succeed doesn't offer the same nourishment as a single hour of deep, focused work on your own playing field. There is a social tax paid by those who don't care about sports. Sports are the universal currency of casual conversation. They provide a safe, neutral ground for strangers to connect without the risk of intimacy. When you don't speak the language of the season, you are often left at the periphery of the water cooler talk. You are labeled as intellectual, distant, or boring. But the truth is, you aren't avoiding connection. You're avoiding the shallow script. You would rather talk about one idea that matters than 1,000 games that don't. Why is the world so obsessed? Because sports offer what real life rarely does: rules, clarity, and finality. In a stadium, there is a whistle, a scoreboard, and a clear winner. Life, however, is messy, unresolved, and often unfair. The outsider is often someone who has become comfortable with that mess. You don't need the artificial resolution of a 4-quarter game because you are engaged in the long, unscripted drama of reality. You don't need a manufactured enemy to feel a sense of purpose. If you are the one sitting quietly while the rest of the world roars at a screen, know this: you aren't missing the point. You are simply looking for the point somewhere else. Your team is the small circle of people you actually know and support. Your stadium is the quiet room where you do your best thinking. You don't need to wear a jersey to belong to the human race. You just need to keep following the things that actually move your needle. Perhaps the reason you don't follow the game isn't because you lack passion, but because you refuse to let a scoreboard define your emotional state. You have chosen a life of internal agency over external spectacle. And in a world that is increasingly loud and increasingly divided, that quiet independence is your greatest strength. If this perspective resonated with you, consider subscribing to join our library of insights. We don't just look at the world. We look at the architecture of the mind that perceives it. Leave a comment below, not about a score, but about the internal game you are currently playing. What is the project, the thought, or the skill that moves your needle? I'd like to witness it. Until next time, keep watching. And remember, the most important victories are the ones that happen when no one is cheering.